Today we're trying to break waterbending in Standard, and we just might do a little bloodbending too to steal our opponent's turns. Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron and it's time for another edition of Against the Odds. So this week, we are heading to our new Standard format to see if we can steal our opponent's turns with Secret of Bloodbending and also find out just how busted the waterbending mechanic can actually be. So let's talk about our blue-white Secrets of Bloodbending waterbending deck, what it's trying to do, jump into some games, see if we can actually make it work. So we start off with our waterbending cards, and these are the cards that we're built around today. There's three really exciting cards from Avatar that all are mono blue and all have the waterbending mechanic, and I think all of them are actually really powerful. So card number one, Spirit Water Revival. As soon as I saw this card, I thought it was insanely broken, and we're gonna find out today if I was right or not, but it's a 3-mana draw to a sorcery speed. But you can waterbend 6, which means pay 6 more mana or tap some combination of 6 artifacts and creatures. If you do, instead you shuffle your graveyard into your library and then draw 7 cards. So if we get a bunch of permanents on the battlefield, this is a 3-mana draw 7, which is ridiculous. Then we have Secrets of Bloodbending, which is 4 mana to control your opponent during their combat step, but if you waterbend 10, you control them during their entire turn. So basically, standard legal Mindslaver with the upside that you can cast it on the cheap just to kind of fog an attack. And then we have the Legend of Keurig, a 4-mana mythic saga. First 2 lore counters, you scry 2 and draw a card, so double preordained for 4 mana, but then the backside's kind of ridiculous. In Avatar Keurig, a 4/3 that says whenever you cast a spell, any spell, you make a 1/1 colorless spirit creature token that can't be blocked or blocked by anything except spirits, and then you can exhaust it by waterbending 20 to take an extra turn. So the goal of our deck is to make these cards as busted as possible. So how do you make these cards as busted as possible? And Avatar Keurig actually kind of shows us the way. The goal of this deck is to play as many cards as possible that add multiple permanents to the battlefield, because those let us power up our waterbending cards, and once we start chaining together Spirit Water Revivals, or popping off with Avatar Keurig and taking extra turns, or stealing several of our opponent's turns in a row with Secrets of Bloodbending, it hopefully becomes very hard to lose. So how do we get a bunch of permanents on the battlefield? For this, we have Novice Inspector, 2 permanents for 1 mana, Spyglass Siren, 2 permanents for 1 mana, Carrot Cake, 2 permanents for 2 mana, and then Cosmogrand Zenith, by itself, just 1 permanent, but whenever it casts our second spell from the turn, it makes 2 1/1 soldiers. So ideally, we'll play Cosmogrand Zenith and immediately follow it up with whatever Novice Inspector, and it ends up making 3 permanents for 3 mana. So these cards, along with just giving us bodies on the battlefield early, just turn into rituals, essentially, for all of our waterbending stuff. If you think about how waterbending works, being able to tap artifacts or creatures to reduce the mana cost, that means Novice Inspector is essentially 1 mana, make 2 mana. Spyglass Iron is 1 mana, make 2 mana. Cosmogrand Zenith is 3 mana, make 3 mana, but then the next turn, make 2 more mana, and the next turn, make 2 more mana. So these cards actually turn into these weird rituals that power up our waterbending cards, and they allow our deck to do some crazy things. Like, for example, the nut draw in the early game for this deck is just going on turn 1 and turn 2, 3 copies of Novice Inspector and Spyglass Siren. That will give us, on turn 3, 3 lands in 6 permanents, which means we can Spirit Water Revival, draw 7 on turn 3, and if we can pop off with a quick Spirit Water Revival and just have 7 cards in hand. Also, I don't think I mentioned this, you get no max hand size, so we can easily end up with 10 cards, 14 cards, 20 cards in hand, because you don't even shuffle your hand back in, it's just your graveyard that shuffles back in before you draw the cards. But if we can draw 7 with this early, it puts us in a really good position, because those 7 cards are going to be more Spyglass Sirens and Novice Inspectors, which will add more permanents to the battlefield, and then those will get us to the real end game. And the end game of this deck is chaining together Secrets of Bloodbending and also taking an extra turn with Avatar Keurig. So what we want to do is get to the point where we just have a bunch of these random things on the battlefield from Novice Inspector and Cosmogrand Zenith. Then we can tap a bunch of stuff in 4 mana, Mindslave our opponent to steal their next turn, hopefully mess with our opponent during that turn by casting their removal on their own creature, sacking their board to their sack outlets, whatever we can do, and then we swing in for some damage, then we Secret of Bloodbending again, take your next turn, or we Avatar Keurig, take an extra turn, and we just chain this together until we eventually beat you down down with our janky Spyglass Sirens and Cosmogren Zenith tokens. So it kind of turns into this weird, like, extra turn deck at some point, where ideally we can chain together 2 or 3 or 4 extra turns in a row and use those to win the game. As far as the rest of the deck, Caretaker's Talent gives us a backup card advantage engine and also a way to close out the game a little quicker. Eventually we level it up. All the tokens from Avatar Keurig and Cosmogren Zenith become 3/3s and we win with a couple of attacks. Get Lost Perilous Snare, give us some removal. Mana base, it's a tough time to be Azorius in Standard. I mean, the mana base is fine, but it's like Starting Town and Multiversal Passage and Surveil Lands and The Verge. So kind of piecing it together since we don't have a shock land yet. In the sideboard, we get some removal and sweepers for aggro. Biza makes tokens, gains life. For control, we get a bunch of counter spells. Rest in peace for graveyard decks. And that is blue-white waterbending with Secrets of Bloodbending for Standard, and that's our Against the Odds deck for today. So let's jump into some games and see if we can actually win in Standard by chaining together Mindslavers and figure out just how easy it is to draw 7 cards, maybe on turn 3 with Spirit Water Revival. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll be back in a bit for the wrap-up. Need some magic cards? Well, you can snag them from our sponsor, Card Kingdom, over at cardkingdom.com/mtggoldfish. Trying to break waterbending. Maybe a little Mindslavering in Standard, if we can actually pull it off. This hand, well, this is not like some nut draw or something, but it's fine. Opponent leads on a forest. I mean, we got the Spirit Water Revival. Carrot Cake makes some tokens. Cosmogren Zenith can, oh no, Tifa. Oh, we might just be dead. Okay, save us, Carrot Cake. The worst of the cake. Actually, no, Carrot Cake's not the worst of the cakes, but it's like C tier. Maybe we need to do a cake tier list. Found it. Grizzly Bell. And gonna play a land. We're like super dead unless we draw a removal spell. And we might be super dead even if we draw a removal spell. That's one thing Tifa's really good at when it gets a good draw. Well, let's play ourselves a forest and a Cosmogran and hope we don't die. Hope against all odds. Tifa. Found it. Chocobo. And there's the fetch land, and I think we're just like actually dead, right? 7, 14. I guess we could chump with Cosmogran and barely stay alive, but all right. Well, let's bring in a smidge more removal. That did not go exactly how we were hoped. Bring in the Ras, bring in the Ridezens. Trim a bit of the sorcery speed removal, I think. What else can we cut? Maybe like a Caretaker's Talent's kind of slow. The Carrot Cake did not save us. Yeah, Perilous. What's around like that? All right, on to game number 2, and can't go worse than game number 1. We died super quick to that Tifa. This hand, ooh, okay, this is almost the nut draw. So the dream is 3 of the 1-drops by turn 2, and that lets us Spirit Water Revival, draw 7 on turn 3. Odds not super high, because you need 3 of Spyglass Siren or Novice Inspector, but still, opponent gonna just get a mountain. All right, so not the full nut draw. Well, let's run out 8 Spyglass Siren. We're still pretty close to a draw 7 here. That is step 1 of the deck. If you can pop off the draw 7, hopefully that gets us to the Mindslavering and the extra turning, and like it gives us the juice to put more permanents on the battlefield to do even more waterbending. Esper, what is okay? Well, this draw from our opponent is significantly less scary than the last one. I will say that. Yeah, let's just get down Cosmogran. They're not a very removal heavy deck. Man, I'd love to hit. Well, actually, no. We might be able to draw 7 next turn. We'll see. Opponent. Zaz Chocobo. Sure. And opponent gonna play a land and another. Okay, that is fine. Huh, Esper Origins, eh? Opponent's going, I don't know if they must think we're like self-bounced or something. I don't know what they think we are. But it seems like they sideboarded for like a removal heavy resilient matchup when that is not exactly. So let's just Caretaker's Talent. Play the Multiversal Passage. We're gonna wait until next turn to do the drawing. Get another permanent on the battlefield. Get another card advantage engine going. Wow, another Cosmogran. Let's chip in with the Flyers. And then next turn, I think is, all right, Traveling Chocobo, sure. Next turn, I think is draw 7 and hopefully trigger Cosmogran. Opponent gonna crack the Evolving Wilds, sure. Gonna grow the Chocobos. I mean, we will take the beats. That is, wow, they don't even attack. Well, that Wrath could be relevant eventually. Okay, can we afford to tap enough stuff to draw 7 without potentially dying? I think so. So we're going to go for it. 1, 2, 3. I don't think they can make the Chocobo big enough. Plus, we get 7 new cards, and we have a land drop. All right, Spirit Water Revival. Waterbend it. Draw 7. Okay, there's removal. That's good. Let's play the Ogniquell, and then, yeah, we're just going to kill... Yeah, let's kill the Chocobo. Trigger Cosmogran. Make a couple of 1/1s for future. We did not draw another Waterbending card, which is kind of awkward. Ideally, we want to kind of chain them together, but we have a hand that is good at not dying, though, because we drew both of our sideboard Wraths. Opponent. Still Explorer. Very good card. Gonna do a bunch of value-y things, make a bunch of land drops. So opponent definitely went kind of big. Like, their game 1 draw was so all in and aggro. This draw, though, way more resilient, but not nearly as immediately deadly. Opponent. Another Fable Passage. More milling. More lands. More cracking. I mean, that's upside of playing Tifa, right? Like, you have a nut draw that is, if your opponent doesn't have a removal spell, you just get them, opponent. All right, are we done, opponent? Are we done with all of our shenanigans? Gonna crack a map. On the Chocobo, hit another land. Sure. Man, we're at the point where I think we can Mindslaver if we draw it. Spyglass Siren, eh? Like, do we need to Wrath? I don't really want to Wrath our entire board. We have so many tokens. Can we just play through this Ice Till Explorer? Yeah, let's Caretaker's Talent. Get down some more card draw. Spyglass Siren. Do we want to start growing our team? Yeah, we're going to keep making tokens. Make some tokens, draw some cards. Duskrow's Reliquary is nice. That is a clean answer to this Ice Till Explorer, which is just generating a bit too much value. Let's Duskrow's. Sack a map. We have enough permanents we can afford to go down permanents. Like, we are doing super well permanent-wise at the moment. Get rid of the Ice Till. And I guess we just play Surveil Land here. All right, I mean, that's another draw 7. The fact that it doesn't shuffle your hand back in is so, ooh. All right, opponent. Gonna Wrath the board. Leaves the Cosmogran, though. Dragonback Assault, and here comes the dragons. Well, that's fine. Can we play Cosmogran first? We play Cosmogran. I think this works. So we can play Cosmogran. We can play a Novice Inspector, which kind of turns into a ritual with Waterbending, because it's 1 mana, make 2 things that can waterbend. Make a bunch of tokens, make a bunch of tokens, draw a bunch of cards. Oh, there it is for next turn. We got the Mindslaver for next turn. Okay, and then play the land, and we're just gonna do it. Spirit Water Revival Part 2. Do a little tapping of our artifacts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's really not that hard to do once you get going. Shuffle it in. Draw 7. Oh, boy. Okay. Unless our opponent can Wrath our board, we are set up to Mindslaver at least 2 turns in a row here. Traveling Choco. I mean, opponent's gonna make a lot of dragons. But how good are dragons if we control our opponent's turn? And we still do have a Wrath, so if we do actually need to reset the board, we can. The question's gonna be, how do we kill our opponent now? Like, so in theory, what we wanna do is build a board, chain together the Mindslavers, kill our opponent with the attacks during the extra turns. Our opponent has a lot of dragons, though. Wow, another draw 7. We might have drawn enough cards. I can't believe I'm saying that. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, we're definitely gonna Mindslaver here. We're definitely going to do a little bloodbending. Yeah, I mean, let's start with Secrets of Bloodbending. And yes, we would like to waterbend 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, we control you during your next turn. Play an island, and I guess we get the Saga down. Let's get down Legend of Kurik. Gonna keep making tokens. And once this flips, we get another extra turn. So I think we can Mindslaver next turn into extra turn with Legend of Kurik, and hopefully, eventually, win this game. What does our opponent have? Ice Till, a bunch of lands, Mossborn. I guess we just tap them out. I don't think we're gonna actually do anything. We tap them out, and then we can kill the Chocobo. Not the most insane Mindslaver ever, but I mean, we're taking 0 damage. We're not dying to this flying horde of dragons, so that's kind of a win. Another draw 7. Well, let's scry some lands to the bottom. Draw another Saga. This might be instant replay. Secrets Bloodbending. Part 2. Target you. Let's see how long our opponent sits through this. This is where it kind of ends up feeling like an extra turns deck almost. Like, you need a lot of permanents to get it going. But eventually you end up in this point where it's like, we'll just take 3 turns in a row. Opponent, would you like us to control you? And we're going to draw 7 more. You can never draw too many cards. See, it is not that hard. An opponent, scoop that up. It's not that hard to waterbend. We just waterbend 16 that turn. 16. Well, that's the dream. Let's keep doing that. Run it back. All right. On to game number 3. We're going to be on the draw. Can we beat the landfall deck on the draw? That last game was so good. It was so good. Found it. Forest Name. Zaz. Chocobo. All right. Off to a little faster of a start. Well, we will match your bird with a novice inspector. Opponent gonna make a land drop and Esper Origins. I don't know about Esper. Is Esper Origins actually good in the landfall deck? Why are we Esper Origining? Let's play the Verge. I like that this hand has the Wrath. It's kind of counterintuitive to, yeah, we'll keep another Carrot Cake to go with the Caretaker's Talent. Pass the turn. It's kind of counterintuitive to have Wraths in a deck that's trying to go wide with tokens, but there's sometimes you just got to be able to deal with your opponent's stuff. Yeah, let's get out Caretaker's Talent. See if we can get a bit of a card draw engine going here. We definitely want more than just Azaz Chocobo out of this Wrath. Opponent traveling Chocobo. Opponent passing. But we hit a land, that's good. Yeah, I mean, let's just draw cards. Carrot Cake, trigger Caretaker's Talent, draw a card. Ooh, do we keep it? Is it time? Oh, we're still kind of far away. Although, even just stealing combat, yeah, we're gonna go bottom. We're gonna go bottom. It's too early. Well, we'll draw into it later, hopefully. We're still just too many permanents short, like, of actually pulling it off. Plus, we might have to Wrath, and then we're gonna be even further away. Although I will say, Fog Mode is sometimes relevant. Opponent, Esper Origins, coming back from the graveyard. This time, gonna come with a 4/4. Mills Bristly Bill. All right, there's Esper Modern. Opponent finds themselves another Bristly Bill. Gonna get in. Well, let's crack a Carrot Cake, make a 1/1 draw card. We kind of just want to find Spirit Water Revival. The draw 7, I think we could get it down without dying. Oh, Cosmogram's really good. But it's not a draw, so we gotta keep it. I think we gotta keep it. We didn't even trigger it off the removal spell. Yeah, we'll keep it. I really want the draw 7, but Cosmogrand is very strong. Cosmogrand, I think, is the card that kind of makes the plan work. Like, without that, it would be much harder. We are going to chump here. We don't want to get too low on life. Now we actually kind of have a question as to whether we just Wrath this turn and then rebuild with Cosmogrand, or if we Cosmogrand, I think we're just going to play through it. Yeah, let's Cosmogrand. We can play the Cosmogrand, and we can follow up with, I guess, killing the Traveling Chocobo and make some more tokens. Ooh, do they have protection? They could have a 1-mana protection spell. Is it worth spending? Or maybe they just want their triggers before it dies. Yeah, all right, Snakes and Veil, sure. We draw land. I mean, we're not gonna die here. This might actually work out for the best, because our opponent's going to get their bonus mana. It kind of incentivizes them to dump their hand. And if we can just get them to mostly dump their hand and then Wrath, we have the Caretaker's Talent, so we're going to be able to rebuild better than they do. Ooh, Frisky, getting in with everyone. Well, we're going to triple block this Traveling Chocobo. We're going to force our opponent. They can pay their mana to double the counters, but we're going to force them to tap out and do it. All right, opponent, sure. So we take 4. We lose a bunch of tokens. This is fine, though. This is fine. Because now we can just Day of Judgment. We do lose Cosmogrand, which is kind of sad. But I guess we should chip in for 2 first. Technically correct. To get in that 2 damage. And then we will Day of Judgment. Take care of the board. Yeah, let's just play Spyglass. Play the Spyglass. Draw a card with the Caretaker's Talent. All right, more Spyglasses. I mean, thanks to the Carrot Cake, we can Trigger Caretaker's Talent during our opponent's turn. Another Traveling Chocobo. We really just want to find some waterbending. We haven't had any waterbending cards yet. Opponent. Bristly Bill. And, well, another Get Lost. We don't mind drawing more removal. Well, let's Spyglass Iron. Draw a card. Come on. Ooh, Cosmogrand. Let's kill the Chocobo. We're not going to play the Cosmogrand. You really want to trigger Cosmogrand the turn that you play it. We can make a bunny during our opponent's turn to draw a card. We also still have up the Get Lost if we need to. But we're not going to get lost just a random Bristly Bill. Opponent cracks the map. Hits a land. Plays a Mossborn. Okay, Mossborn Rider is a little scary. Oh, and a Tifa. Okay, both are scary cards. Kind of want to draw one more Wrath. One more Day of Judgment, please. Now they have Trample, which makes this way scarier. Our deck's actually very good at making chump blockers, but that's why Tifa and Mossy are so good. Well, let's crack the Carrot Cake. Eat a little food. Definitely do not want a starting town. Draw another Caretaker's Talent. Okay. Ride Zen. That's actually not a bad draw. So we can Cosmogrand Zenith. A second removal spell is nice, because what we want to do is we want to Cosmogrand. Then we want to cast a removal spell during our turn to trigger Cosmogrand, get rid of Mossy, make a couple tokens, draw another island. All right. And then we can ride Zen Tifa during our opponent's turn if necessary. If they're just chipping in for like 4 or something, that's fine. But if Tifa gets a little bit scary, we do have an answer. Or they could have the Snakeskin Veil still. Opponent gonna crack the map. Finds an Ice still. Pretty good with Tifa. Opponent gonna play a land. Gonna grow the Tifa. I mean, the Ice still is good if they have Tifa. If they don't have Tifa, then the Ice still, I mean, I guess it's still a lot of value. Opponent gonna crack the map. Put a counter on old Bristly Bill. So I think we triple block Tifa, make our opponent do the activation, and then we can, oh, come on, no Snakeskin. Come on, okay. Then we can ride Zen, get rid of the Tifa. We dropped to 7, but there's no trample on. Oh, we truly drew the Wrath. Interesting. Well, I don't even know if we want to cast it yet. Let's Caretaker. Where's all of our waterbending? We've done such a good job of making permanents, but we have not done a good job of drawing waterbending cards. Caretaker's Talent. Copy a token. Draw 2. All right. I mean, we are doing a good job of drawing removal. Well, trigger Cosmogrand. We're going to keep making 1/1s. At some point, we're going to shift gears and start trying to deal some damage. Let's get in for, I guess, everything we can here. So the nice thing about Cosmogrand, it's like, it's such a good card. It's one of those 20-25 snowball-y cards, but it makes a bunch of things and then it grows a bunch of things. But on an Ice Tail Explorer, which we might end up trying to kill this just to keep our opponent from doing value-y loops. Like, even without landfall, they just get so much mill. They're going to find their Esper Origins. I think it's worth killing in response to the fetch. Get rid of the Ice Tail. Get lost, you insect. Opponent. You space insect, you. What are we getting with the Fabled Passage? Opponent gonna grab an island, sure. And, man, if we can just draw like a Mindslaver, do a little bloodbending maybe. Oh, there's a Tifa. Wow, they're milling the Tifa. Okay. What is our opponent's plan in this game if they're milling Tifa? Oh, they must just be looking for Dragonback Assault. Well, all right. Opponent finds an Esper Origins anyway. They must be looking for Dragonback Assault. Well, let's take up this Caretaker's Talent. Copy a token. Let's see if we can draw a way to trigger our Cosmogrand. Well, there's a draw 7. We will take that. Spirit Water Revival. Finally a bit of water bending. Well, we don't even have to tap that many creatures. So we can tap the Summoning Stick token, all the artifacts, draw 7. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Oh, and there's the Mindslavers. Let's just cast it to trigger the Cosmogrand. We don't even need to control our opponent's entire turn. We're just going to control their combat, and this should just be game, right? So we hit you down to 7, pass the turn. Opponent. Oh, all right. They found the dragon back assault. Thankfully, they can't attack us, but that does... Oh, that is annoying. Oh, they found it just in time. Well, good thing we played the Secrets of Waterbending, or else we would be a little dead. I don't think Mindslaving their entire turn seems super worth it. Let's draw 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7 more. Shuffle them back in. Let's do it again. Those 7 do not help too much right away. Well, it's also nice that we can use all of our get lost and then just keep shuffling them back in to find them again. Like, the shuffle back in is actually kind of relevant. Let's make some tokens. Draw some more cards. Spyglass Siren. And Novice Inspector. I guess we just put some bodies on the board. Carrot Cake. Yeah, there's the Day of Judgment that we shuffled back in. There's only 2 Day of Judgments in the sideboard. And then we'll just pass. Leave up some blockers. We can sack the Carrot Cake to draw some more cards. I feel like we're in a good spot. Found it. As per Origins. Like, opponents got big bodies, but we're just so good. Like, this is after a Wrath, too. We're just so good at going wide. Found it. Sure. As per Modern finds another Ice Till. Gonna play the Ice Till. I mean, pop off, friend. Fable Passage. That is an impressive amount of basics. Found it. Gonna start making dragons. How do we actually just close this out? So we Mindslaver them next turn. Or maybe we just, do we just Wrath? We're so long into the game now that we're pretty soon just, I mean, I think we could Wrath our board and still just cast the Mindslaver by waterbending our artifacts and using our lands. A bit of blocking here. Block and also block. Thankfully, no tramplers. So we can't kill our opponent now. Well, let's sack the Carrot Cake, draw some cards. This has been kind of a wild match. Well, I actually think we're going to put another Day of Judgment to the bottom. We're kind of wrath flooded. Oh, all right. There's the Saga. Probably going to be a little bit too slow for this game, though. I mean, I think it's either we Wrath the board or we just Mindslaver. I think we're going to probably Mindslaver. Let's Spyglass, draw a couple cards. Like, if we Mindslaver, they don't get to play land drops, so they don't get to make dragons. So hopefully we can still just, like, go wide enough. They do have to fetch land, so they can make another dragon. Now, draw a card. Draw a card. Yeah, I mean, time to do some bloodbending. Secrets of Bloodbending. This time, full-on Mindslaver mode. And we're going to do a little tapping of our many, many artifacts. Like, once you get things built up, these cards become so busted. Make a couple tokens. Opponent, we would like to control you during your next turn. We are going to bend your blood. And, I guess we also just draw 7. Why not? Might as well. Classic Waterbend 16 turn. Spirit Water Revival. An opponent, he's seen enough of the waterbending and scoops it up, and, well, that's what we want to be doing. Exactly that. It's not some sort of nut draw or anything, but it seems fine. A little bit painful mana base with all the starting towns, but it's what happens when you play a color combination. Oh no, Llanowar Elves that doesn't have a shock land. Well, let's play the starting town. Kinda scared of how fast Llanowar Elves can be on the play. Oh boy. All right. Well, there's Jackal, and do we have another 1-drop? Paw Patch. Double it up. This deck gets off to such fast starts. It gets off to such fast starts. Well, we will match your Flood of Things with a Carrot Cake. And we definitely need to find lands. That's going to the bottom. So we could get lost the Jackal. The problem is, then they get 2 triggers from Paw Patch Recruiters and 2-drop, double it up, and grow their stuff anyway. So I kind of am hoping that this rabbit, like, it does shut down a lot of their attacks. Okay, I mean, we'll block. We'll take 3. Can we draw land? More Carrot Cake. Oh, too much Carrot Cake. All right, 1-1, 1-1 bunny. Land, go. Okay, Spyglass Siren. They only get 1 of them, which is a relief. Crack the map to try to hit a land. Opponent just gonna swing with the crew, do a little Azure Beastbinding here. Beastbinder is actually very obnoxious. Thankfully, it only has 1 power. I mean, we are gonna keep chipping away. at these Paw Patch recruits. If we can get rid of the Paw Patch recruits, maybe we can start using some removal to actually get rid of the Jackal opponent. Not the best snakeskin veil I've ever seen. Okay, sure. I guess you want to grow the rabbit a little bit before it dies. Well, we're going to play a land in. I think this game's basically just over. Carrot Cake Tron. Maybe the worst Tron I've ever assembled, but all right, one more. Another get lost. We have plenty of you. There's no Wrath in the main deck, so I think we're actually just dead. Like, I don't think there's a way we can piece it together. Tyvar the Pomela. Sure. Wait, it's not even legendary? My God, is that card busted? Okay, sure. Well, we didn't do much waterbending that game. That's like when the Fire Nation came and just murdered everyone. But didn't murder them because you can't get murdered in a kid show. When the Fire Nation came and tripped everyone with their swords and tacked their shirts to the wall with their throwing stars, the Avatar way. Well, we're going to bring in all the sweepers, as much cheap removal as we can. All right, on to game number 2. Thankfully, we do get to be on the play, which is a good thing. What's up, Bearby? How are you, buddy? Bear's here to watch us defeat the evil Simic. This hand, I like the Bisa. The Bisa makes some bodies. This is not a fast waterbend hand, though, that's for sure. Opponent. Forest and Llanowar Elves. Always got the Llanowar Elves. Well, you know what we always got? We always got some carrot cake. I wish we had a Llanowar Elves. Novice Inspector. I think we go bottom. We're gonna need. I think we're in Dig for Wrath mode. Like, I think the way this matchup is gonna play out is we need to hit a Wrath. If we don't hit a Wrath, they're going to build a really big board, and we can try to build a big board, but eventually they're going to play a Boroid, and a Boroid just makes their big board bigger than our big board, and then we die. A Boroid's also kind of an absurd card. Well, let's play the land. Opponent has a Gene Polluter. Let's play the land, get down Caretaker's talent. We're doing okay. We're doing okay, bud. And we'll just pass. We don't get to draw this turn, unfortunately. Next turn we can draw. Oh, come on, no Boroid. No Boroid. No Boroid. No Boroid. Well, the beginning of the end is here. Opponent grows their team with the Space Snake. I think we chump already. I mean, we can play a good Bisa here. We can play a good Bisa. We gain back our life. We make tokens. We get to even draw. So other than a treasure, we get max Bisa, but there's still an Aboroid. Secrets of Waterbending. That helps. Secrets of Waterbending can at least... All right, there's a Beastbinder. Can at least buy us a turn. We can't Mindslaver, and even if we could fully Mindslaver, I don't know how good it is because they don't have much removal. But we can use it to fog. 4-mana Fog. Actually kind of... Oh, wait, you're getting in with the Boroid? Oh, this must be a trap, but we got to try. This is going so poorly, there's no reason not to try. Everything in front of a Boroid... They must have like a snakeskin veil, or else why would you do this? But yeah, I mean, we gotta just hope they were punning. We're so far behind the Boroid anyway. Well, we lose the Bisa. We get to keep our fish. Thank you, Aboroid. And I think we've already reached the needing to fog the attack step stage of the game, which is kind of awkward. Secrets of Waterbending, or Secrets of Bloodbending, Spirit Water Revival, the card draw one. So we can't fully Mindslaver, not that it really matters. Can we live? Can we live without Mindslavering this turn? I don't think. It's too risky. I think we just gotta do it. Whenever you play a Fog style deck, and this isn't really a Fog style deck, but it kind of plays like one sometimes, you want to wait as long as you can before having to cast your Fogs. There is a chance we could survive with 3 blockers, but I think it's too risky. There's also a chance that we don't survive. There's a Flood Pits Drowner. The problem now is we draw a Wrath or another Secrets of Bloodbending, or we lose. I don't think there's any surviving. Like, this is what happens when an Aboroid sticks around for a few turns. I think we will choose not to attack ourselves with this lethal board. Oh yeah, we were easily dead, right? Just to the Beastbinders we're dead. Aboroid gets so out of hand. Well, Spyglass Iron. Rides end a little bit too slow. Wrath, please. Wrath, please. We need 4 mana for a Fog or a Wrath. So if we draw a card, we can't cast it. I think that means we're actually just straight up dead here. Yeah, there's no way out, right? Can we draw into... I mean, we draw cards, but then we don't have enough mana to cast the cards that would matter. We can't chump our way out of it because of the beast binders. They're going to be like 20 power each. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, let's draw a couple cards as we die. Die doing what we love. Well, it turns out a Boroid. It's a pretty good card. Pretty good. We do have removal in the deck, I swear. We just didn't draw it. And a Boroid is like just a huge removal check. There's just not much you could do. Yeah, Flood Pit's Drowner, add it to the mix, and yeah, we're dead in half here. Well, turns out a Boroid. Better than waterbending, apparently. This hand only got one land. This is not a one land, one keep kind of deck. This is fine. This is fine. Ooh, we have Kirk. We got the Saga. Do we put our only removal spell to the bottom? It is greedy, but I think the answer is yes. We kind of want the token from the Spyglass Siren to go with the Caretaker's Talent, potentially. Opponent, Novice Inspector. Well, let's play a Spyglass Siren. Pass the turn. Get our map token. Opponent, some sort of Orzhov. Orzhov Novice. It gotta be a sack deck, right? It gotta be some sort of Toils of War. Ooh. Makes a clue. When you sack something, get a 1/1 once a turn. It reminds me, what was the... Yeah, I don't think we can keep Secrets of Bloodmending here as much as I love that card, and that's what we're building around. It's just way too early. But we can't play another Spyglass Siren. What was the card hidden? Remind me in the comments. There was a deck. This was 2017 or Amonkhet Standard. There was a deck with Anointed Procession and a 2-mana Orzhov enchantment that when it had Revolt, and when something left, you made a token once a turn. And it was actually like a really sweet deck. That was one of my favorite decks that season. Hidden, I can't think of the name of it, but it kind of reminds me of that. That's what I'm trying to say. This new enchantment kind of reminds me a little bit of that. I think we're gonna double block here. We're not missing something, right? It's okay, Bearby. It's okay. We got blockers, bud. It's okay. I don't know if you can hear Bear barking in the background, but he's concerned that our opponent getting off to a fast start here. But opponent, he's not very good at Magic. I've been trying to teach him, but I love that dog. He's not that smart though. Let's play Caretaker's Talent. Cause I saw that picture, right, of the dogs playing poker. I was like, hey, if dogs can play poker, I should be able to teach Bear to play Magic. Nope, no luck. Well, hit you down to 15. Opponent is setting up some sort of sack. Oh my god, Obsessive Pursuit too. Okay, now they have really set up some sort of sack engine. So every turn they get a clue from Obsessive Pursuit, and then add counters to something equal to the number of things they sacrificed when they attack. When they sack something, once a turn they get an ally token, and then they also have Scavenger's Talent. This is like actually very scary. Those are a lot of... Man, I hope a deck like this is good. Like, I want to live in a world of Standard where there are decks that are trying to stack up 2 or 3 synergistic pieces. And if you do, you get a really strong value engine, which seems to be what our opponent's doing. I love decks like this. And I think if decks like this actually have a chance to be good, that's a pretty good sign about where Standard is. If it's all just turn 4 a Boroid, turn 4 Kona, turn 4 Lesson Storm, whatever, like... that's not exactly what I'm looking for out of Standard, but if you can stack up 3 different synergistic enchantments and build some value-y grindy engine, like that's a good spot to be. Now we're gonna play the Spyglass Siren. One note on this deck, because of Secrets of Bloodmending, we really want as many of our lands to make blue as possible. So you're probably thinking, wait, you already got like 3 blue sources, only 1 white source. Why are we still going blue? The answer is you want all your early lands to be making blue. So when it comes time to bend your opponent's blood, you got the mana for it. Sacking stuff, triggering things, drawing with clues, doing whatever their deck's trying to do over there. Scavenger's Talent. Going to mill themselves. Okay, so they're probably playing Reanimation of some kind. Could be... Raise, could be, what's the new one? Foggy Swamp Visions. Wow, okay, wait, are they milling us now? They are milling us now. All right, opponent, sacks, mills. The Obsessive Pursuit, I swear, it's mono black profs. It's mono, they banned profs, but now they've written mono black profs in Obsessive Pursuit. And I think our opponent's deck is the exact kind of deck that could turn it into black profs, right? Like, with all these sacrifice synergies, now they go to combat, they swing 3 counters, gonna go on a token. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Ah, man, we don't even have a Wrath in the main. Yeah, this is looking kind of bad. Like, we don't die next turn because we can fog, but we're down to 5. And our opponent still has this ridiculous engine going. Found it. Tragic trajectory, might as well sack it. Mill us. Well, we didn't want that carrot cake anyway. C-tier cake. That is a land. Well, I mean, so we can Caretaker's Talent, copy a token, so we can draw, and then we're gonna have to just do a sad little blood bending here to not die. Although actually, they do have a sack outlet. So this is kind of like Wrath your board. So I guess this is a spot where Secret of the Bloodbending is actually... he doesn't get rid of the enchantments, which are the engine that's making all this happen. But even just controlling our opponent during combat, that doesn't just mean choosing attacks. We get to control all their stuff during combat, which means we're definitely not attacking ourselves. We can also sack our opponent's entire board and mill them a bunch. Opponent, gonna level up the talent, gonna play a land. All right, opponent goes to combat. Okay, let's see if we can do this without accidentally passing. We're definitely not attacking. What we would like to do is sack the clue and mill you, make a token. Oh, they do have Foggy Swamp Visions. Okay, mill you. This is like this might be the best non-waterbent bloodbending that I've had. The sack outlet makes it kind of insane. I still don't, this is gonna buy us some time, because then we can get lost to get rid of, yeah, mill. We can get lost to get rid of the Umbral Collar Zealot. Our opponent's still gonna be pretty good at rebuilding because they still have their enchantment engine going. But like untap Cosmogrand and get lost, kill the Umbral Collar Zealot, make some bodies. Oh, we were super close to dead, and I'm feeling slightly less super close to dead now. We'll still see. The enchantments are still a concern. All right, sack everything we can. Mill our opponent a ton. Not that I think it really matters. So mill ya a bunch. Mill ya. Mill ya. Mill ya. Ooh. Phoenix Fleet Airship. And they're playing a Viper. Okay. Interesting. Opponent's deck looks sweet. I might have to try building something like this. And we're going to mill a greedy freebooter. We don't get to control what's on the top of our opponent's deck, but that's fine. Opponent goes to our end step. Would you like to sack 3 other permanents to get back a something? Viper, probably. Thankfully, we got some maps around. The same things that we want for waterbending are also good fodder. It's okay, Bearby. Good fodder for Vipers. It's okay, bud. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Can we get the legend down? Let's do this. I think this is actually better than Cosmogrand here. Ooh, get lost. We'll keep 1. We'll keep 1. It's okay, Bearby. We're doing all right. We recovered. We made him sack their board. It's good, bud. It's good. Found it. Gonna make a clue. Obsessive Pursuit seems very good. Just like the clue every turn seems good. It's added a bunch of power to the, like it's added what, 7 power to the battlefield and given them sack fodder to trigger their other stuff and has drawn them cards. All for, it's mono black profs, I'm telling you. It's mono black profs. People just haven't realized it yet. With 3 years of standard, like, I can see a time when this card's kind of busted. Like, I do realize it doesn't immediately draw when it enters. It gives you a clue. And I realize that sacking stuff is narrower than drawing cards. I don't want to say harder, because as we see with our opponent's deck, if you build around it, you can sack a lot of stuff each turn, as our opponent's showing. Found it. Gonna mill us. We really needed to hit a Spirit Water Revival to shuffle in our graveyard. Our opponent's mill plan hopefully will not work out, because if we do find one that does shuffle everything back in, Pound ain't gonna sack. So I think here we do have to kill the Umbral Collar Zealot, unfortunately, or else we die. I would like to kill the Obsessive Pursuit at some point to stop the clue production, but for now, we have to settle for getting rid of this Umbral. The other problem with this is it does give our opponent 2 maps, which is kind of a huge downside with the Scavenger's Talent out, because now they can sack the maps and, I guess, Greedy Freebooter. All right, opponent's gonna go a different direction. Opponent gonna sack a map. Scavenger's Talent, gonna do a little milling. But they could have just acted to Scavenger's Talent to reanimate Viper or something, but apparently they're not too concerned. I mean, I guess they can still, but they have to sack, like, Obsessive Pursuit or something. Maybe the Ally Maker. If you're gonna do this, though, you should just kept them. Oh, okay. All right, well, we got rid of one of the enchantments. Opponent gonna get back the Viper. Thankfully, we do have another Get Lost. Found it. Gonna mill us a ton. We're not gonna get milled out, are we? We're not that close to getting milled out. Well, we are just gonna sack a map. Out of here, you artifact. Get milled, get milled, get milled. Untap. Draw another land. Well, let's scry and draw. Can we hit a... Well, Perilous Snare is actually good. Perilous Snare is good, because now this lets us get rid of the Scavenger's Talent and the Viper. And the Scavenger's Talent is kind of an issue. Man, are we actually in this game? I thought we were dead like 5 turns ago. Like, our opponent got off to such a good start. It was looking really grim, but it turns out making your opponent sack their own board with a little bit of bloodbending. Actually not bad. It's actually kind of good. It's actually kind of good. Well, let's get down this Novice Inspector. Trigger the Caretaker's Talents. Speaking of engines, like, our opponents built a pretty sweet engine. Double Caretaker's talent with decks that can make tokens. Also, not a bad draw engine. I know it's so 2023 or whatever. Like, there was a time when Caretaker's Talent was kind of the hotness, but, well, we will draw a card and draw a card. I was wondering if our opponent would mill us in response, but it seemed like they thought about it, but decided no. Well, let's play the Perilous Snare. I think we just double removal here. Get rid of the Viper. And then we can... do we just do it right now? Yeah, let's just do it now. Blow up the Scavenger's Talent. And pass the turn. I mean, threats have been dealt with. So our opponent, it's funny, they have the Foggy Swamp Visions. They have a bunch of water, but like they can reanimate 7 things or something right now. I don't think it does anything though. Like, I guess they get like a Viper trigger, but like it's not, I don't know what they do with those Foggy Swamp Visions. We haven't seen them play like a Blood Artist effect, right? Like a Sephiroth, which is normally what I think of you doing with Foggy Swamp Visions, is like reanimating a bunch of stuff, sacrificing it all to something with a Sephiroth out. But our opponent's just got a bunch of Vipers and Freebooters, which I guess they can get a Viper trigger, but I'm not sure if there's no Sephiroth, right? There is, they can get like a couple clues. They can get a Viper. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about Foggy Swamp. I wonder what their plan for Foggy Swamp Visions is. And like, not just right now, but like in their deck. I don't know if they just haven't drawn the Sephiroth. They only got like 20 some cards in their deck though. It would be pretty unlucky if they just hadn't drawn it. All right, here we go. Foggy Swamp Visions, opponent gonna go Viper, Infestation Sage, 2 of our Spyglass Sirens. Well, we will just keep sacking maps. It's okay, Bearby. It's okay. Opponent loses all their stuff because that's what Foggy Swamp Vision does. We get to flip our Legend of Keurig. We are not close. Well, actually, we're not super far away from taking an extra turn with this Cosmogrand. So now every time we cast anything, we get a 1/1 Spirit, which is very bad at blocking. The thing we need to be careful about here is we're actually dead on board if we can't answer this Obsessive Pursuit. Because our tokens can only block spirits, so we actually have to sack a clue. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. We need removal. Okay. Well, let's make a spirit. Play the Novice Inspector, Caretaker's Talent, Cosmogrand, and... Okay, Spirit Water Revival. I mean, that's a way to see a bunch of cards. Can Waterbending save us here? We get to draw 7. And we get to shuffle our removal from the graveyard back in, which is kind of insane. 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, 6. So we need to hit untap land and removal spell here. Token. Shuffle them in. Draw 7. Okay, we did it. We hit a Get Lost, which is huge. Now we can play an island. We can pass the turn. Oh, man. Oh, okay. Waterbending coming through at literally the last possible moment. Bone it. Gonna crack the map on the insect. So now our opponent can crack all of these maps we were nice enough to give them. To sacrifice a bunch of stuff for the Obsessive Pursuit, to put a bunch of counters on the insect. Our opponent would have lethal, right? Because our spirits, they cannot block this flying insect. the question is, do we kill the insect? Or do we just kill the obsessive pursuit? Also, one of the differences between obsessive pursuit and profs triggers beginning of combat. Obsessive pursuit triggers, wow, opponent's going all in, sacking the clue too. Well, we kind of time walked our opponent here. Obsessive pursuit triggers on an attacking creature. So we can let our opponent go to combat to make sure they can't play something else and then kill the obsessive pursuit. And I think that's better than killing the insect, right? It's gotta be better. Yeah, let's just kill obsessive pursuit. We can still take one. We can take one, that's fine. We'll take the one. Trigger the caretaker's talent. I mean, hopefully we just find more answers. Otherwise, we can draw 7 again. Actually, even better would just be finding a bloodbending and actually closing this out. If we find a bloodbending, we should be able to win, right? Oh, we were getting close to the extra turn too. Found it with a tragic trajectory on the Legend of Keurig. Oh, we were close. We were actually very close. I think we might have actually been able to do it with the Novice Inspector if our opponent didn't have the removal there. Okay, well, in that case, we gotta go digging for some more removal. Let's do a little Spirit Water Revival here. I mean, it actually is doing exactly what Spirit Water Revival would do. Like, the saving us from death is kind of what it did in the show. So I guess it's working out flavor-wise. Cool. Okay. Well, that's kind of awkward. Play the Spyglass Iron. So we whiffed on removal, but we did hit a Secrets of Bloodbending. It would be better next turn. It would be better next turn when we could actually fully waterbend it. Can we? Yeah, you know what? I think we can wait. Let's Carrot Cake. I think we can. Oh, there's a Get Lost. Oh, I wish we could draw that. I think we can just make enough blockers. The risk is they play another Obsessive Pursuit and sack a bunch of stuff again. But if we can play 2 flying blockers and have Carrot Cake for game 3 life, hopefully that's enough that even if they have Obsessive Pursuit, we don't die. And then next turn, we can do the Mindslaver thing, and that should, I'm thinking, we have another Obsessive Pursuit. That should be enough for us to be able to close out the game, I think. Found it. Obsessive Pursuit. Gonna start the map cracking. On the insect, there's a Rottenmouth Viper. Sure. Are we keeping the Viper? What a weird grindy game. I still can't believe this game's going on. I thought we were gonna lose on like turn 5 or something. Like, our opponent got off to such a fast start, so I'm mostly just impressed that that we managed to stay alive. Found it, cracking the clue, draw out a card. I mean, opponents refilled their hand. Not exactly the same as playing Spirit Water. Like, the late game Spirit Water Revival is absurd. Like, it is so ridiculous. Found it. Getting in. Making it a 5/5 with the insect. We will block with a Siren. And, I mean, we are just going to untap in Mindslaver. Novice Inspector, sure. Let's sack the Carrot Cake. Gain a little bit of life. Get back up to 7. Keep the Get Lost. It is also funny, I don't even know if we really need to kill our opponent, because we get to keep shuffling our graveyard back in. Our opponent's just going to end up milling out. Although we are down to 20 cards in our deck too, just from... That's what happens when you cast draw 7s every few turns. Well, opponent, we would like to bend your blood. We're going to Secrets of Bloodbending, do a bunch of tapping, and I think we either literally win the game or our opponent scoops here. A lot of people scoop to Mindslavers. It turns out they don't like being bloodbended. Secrets of Bloodbending? How do we feel about that, opponent? An opponent says, I will concede. And I cannot believe we won that game. My lord. My lord, I do not know how we ended up in that game. Yeah, I mean, we got there. Yeah, they don't. I feel like our opponent's deck wants a Sephiroth effect. Either that or it doesn't want Foggy Swamp Visions. The Swaggy Swamp Visions was not impressive. Like, it was well set up for it too. Like, they had it set up for it, and it just didn't do enough. I guess you could get back like 4 Vipers, maybe? Now, let's bring it into Disdainful Stroke. That's a way to deal with a Viper. Maybe the Day of Judgments is a catch-all. I don't know if Rest in Peace is worth it. Like, a lot of their stuff triggers based on stuff being sacked rather than on it dying. So I think a lot of Aristocrats decks, Rest in Peace, like, #1 sideboard card. Against this deck, I think we're just going to bring in one as like kind of a catch-all just in case. Right on like that. And, well, all right. Got a little bloodbending. Got the Legend of Kuruk. I mean, this isn't like a win the game super fast draw, but Legend of Kuruk was a card. When I first started building this deck, I played 0 copies. And then I put in 1 copy because I was like, it's a big water. It's a waterbending mythic. We got to try it out. And then I realized it's actually like very good. Like, the more I played with them, like, okay, like there are games where I just can't find the time to get it down, which is the downside of playing a 4-mana preordain. It's kind of unique in the sense that once it flips, you have all your mana available to opponent turn to Obsessive Pursuit. You have all your mana available, so you can either protect it or just immediately cast a bunch of spells, which is kind of powerful. Get in, hit you down to 70. Opponent gonna make a clue and swamp and all right. Toils of War. Opponent's got the same. Minus the Scavenger's Talent, they have the same little engine set up. Thankfully, they can't crack a clue this turn. They don't have the mana, which means they don't get to make an ally. We can't just Perilous Snare something. Let's play Starting Town. Do we just Perilous Snare? I guess we can't trigger Caretaker's Talent anyway. Perilous Snare, what? Obsessive Pursuit? Or we just get the Caretaker's... Yeah, let's just get down Caretaker's Talent. I'm not actually sure, like, what we want to answer here. Both of their enchantments are really good together, but I'm not sure, like, do we need to answer one? They already have 4 clues, so if we answer the Obsessive Pursuit, they already have clues to sack. If we answer the other one, we're just stopping an ally. All right. Well, there's a Rottenmouth Viper. Well, I'm kind of glad we waited, because now we can just answer the Rottenmouth Viper, which... Yeah, we'll just take the 4 here. Which is legitimately something we have to answer, or it will beat us. Well, I'm glad we did not spend that removal spell early. Let's play the land. 1, 2, and 3. I mean, we gotta loot up this Viper. that art, Perilous Snare, loot. One of the upsides about having more than half a set for Universes Beyond is the percentage of loots I have to look at has dropped significantly in the past year, and I can appreciate that. I can appreciate that. I mean, sometimes you gotta sit through something like Spider-Man, but still, honestly, as much as I hate Spider-Man, if it was a choice between Spider-Man and loot, it might be Spider-Man that I pick, honestly. Found it, gonna second clue. Bear, it's okay, Bearby. I'm sorry about all this. So, I live out in the middle of nowhere. I'm surrounded by cornfields. In the last few days, whatever farmer owns these cornfields has been getting the corn out of the fields with tractors and farmers, and it drives Bear crazy. He absolutely hates that there are these people all around the house. He's used to like living in the middle of nowhere and having to deal with people. So it's all day he's just barking, and I don't even know how to stop it, because it's really just he sees these farmers and does not like it. Man, we probably don't need a second Legend of Kuruk. Well, we will just pass the turn. Found it. Gonna make another clue. I mean, we're getting close. We're getting close to where we want to be. We can see, so we have 2 turns until we get Kuruk. Found it. Gonna crack the clue. Trigger the Toils of War. I will say, Obsessive Pursuits looked impressive. Toils of Wars looked fine. Oh no, Phoenix Fleet Airship. Oh boy. Okay, that's a real clock. That is a real clock. Opponent gonna grow the Obsessive Pursuit. We're taking 6 if we don't block. Oh, sure. I don't really want to block the Infestation Sage, I don't think. If anything, we're just gonna chump. If we block the Infestation Sage, they just get a flyer that they can grow. Although I guess they're gonna do it anyway with this doubling up Phoenix Fleet Airship. We played Phoenix Fleet Airship for Last Against Odds, and the card's actually kind of scary. Do we want either of these? How do we deal with what's happening here? So, land definitely going bottom. I guess we'll keep the Cosmogrand. It doesn't help us deal with the Phoenix Fleet Airships, which is a problem. This is going to come down to, can we get to a Secrets of Bloodbending before we die? Cosmogrand's anything going to help. Cosmogrand. Make some 1/1s. Spyglass Siren. We get to draw a card. We get to make a map. All right, there's a Novice Inspector. Although I think it's better to leave up the Get Lost here. We are still kind of at risk. I mean, we're only at 9, and now they can turn on the Phoenix Fleet Airships, which is something we learned playing that against odds. Yeah, it's funny and cool when you get 8 of them and they all turn on, But even just crewing up like 2 of them or 3 of them or 4 of them, a lot of times that just kills you. Like, a lot of times that's enough because it's just these 4 flying vehicles. Not gonna crack a clue, gonna make an ally. How close are we? Tragic to Joe. All right, there goes the spyglass. We might be losing this, actually. We might actually be losing. Opponent gonna crew the Phoenix fleet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I mean, we do get to, I think we get, because of the Novice Inspector and flipping the Keurig, I think we get to Secrets of Bloodbending Mindslaver next turn, and maybe that'll save us. Otherwise, I mean, the Phoenix fleets, we need a Umbral Collar Zealot. We need sack outlets. We got to kill one of the Phoenix fleet airships. We'll do some blocking. We lose a token. We drop to 4. All right, waterbending. Another Phoenix fleet airship. I mean, the question is going to be, does our opponent have a sack outlet in hand? We need to be able to sacrifice their stuff. Flip the Keurig. Well, here goes nothing. How good is Mindslaver in 2025 standard? We're about to see. Is it enough to save us? So Novice Inspector, make a token, play the island. I think we can also Carrot Cake, right? We can Carrot Cake, yeah. We can get down Carrot Cake first. Trigger Cosmogran, make some tokens. As long as we can sack their stuff, we don't take any damage. If we can make them sack their stuff, then we just win on the backswing, I believe. Well, here we go. Secrets of Bloodbending. 4 mana and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 permanents. I would like to control your body, Pletzler. That sounded kind of weird. Mindslaver you. That sounded better. Get in and hit you. Down to 7. And all right, show us some sack outlets. Show us some sack outlets. What do you got in hand? Okay, that Viper draw is actually insane because that lets us sack the blockers. Oh, and then we win. Wow. Well, I gotta say, our opponent's deck looks super cool. And I cannot believe that we won those games because it felt like we were super far behind, but it turns out Mindslaver, Bloodbending, actually pretty good. And yes, I did enjoy that game, Magic Gods. I did, very much so. I mean, we are nowhere near waterbending the Spirit Water Revival, but we can kill a bunch of stuff. Nothing will live against our mighty perilous snares. Loot's coming for you. Oh, double Layla, okay. Well, I wonder what our opponent's playing. I wonder what they're up to. Maybe gain a little life? How about a Ruin Lurker bat? Sure. I mean, those ley lines are like, I don't know if I'm happy because it's 2 cards not doing anything, or if I'm very scared because once they gain life, their creatures are going to get absolutely massive. The bat does, so the bat will hit for gain 3. It'll hit for 1 and gain 3. Do we have to get lost a friggin' bat? That seems horrible. Opponent. Authority of the console. Sure. Well, I mean, opponent's gonna gain life. There's not much we're gonna be able to do about that. Opponent gonna go to combat. Opponent gonna get in, and yeah, I mean, this feels bad, but kill the bat about it. More bats, and they descended, so they even get to scry a little bit. Whatever happened to descend? Remember that mechanic? What happened? I kind of want to go, now that we have so many sets in standard, I kind of want to go through all the sets and like rank all the mechanics in standard, because Descent I kind of forgot was even in standard. Like, that was one of the main mechanics of the set, and I kind of forgot that that still actually existed. Well, yeah. Opponent, gain your life, Novice Inspector up to 23. Opponent, gain your life, Novice Inspector up to 26. Thankfully, that's one short of turning on the ley lines. But once the bat hits, it will turn on the ley lines, and everything's going to get +4/+4. Enduring Innocence, sure. Get that card draw going, opponent. Gets in, hits us down to 19. Grows their stuff. Another Spirit. Man, we were so close. We need one more. We need one more something. We need a land. We need a perm. We need something. We need something, and we can actually draw 7 off the Spirit Water Revival opponent land. I guess we should have just attacked with both, probably. I don't know what I was thinking, leaving back. Ooh. Opponent going to Seam Rip to, what, get rid of a Novice Inspector? That's fine. That might actually be good for us, because we can blow up the Seam Rip to get back the Novice Inspector to make more permanents. Ooh, okay. Spyglass Siren. 1, 2, 3. So we have enough. So next turn we can draw. This is actually insanely good for us. All right, we will get in. So what we hope happens here is our opponent's like, well, I might as well cast the Shelter by Ghost and get back my Enduring Innocence. In response, we kill the bat, fizzle that, untap, draw 7, and then we're off to the races. All right, it's going to work out. Get lost. Get out of here, you big bat. Now we get to untap. Do we surveil land first? I guess it doesn't really matter. All right. We are going to tap a bunch of stuff. 1, 2, this is so insane. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, 3 lands. Draw 7. No max hand size. And we found another Spirit Water Revival, which is what you want. So we get to do it again next turn. Opponent, yeah, gain your life. That is fine. Up to, it's going to take forever to kill our opponent. It is going to take a while to make them die. Unless our opponent just scoops. Seam rip, sure. You know what, get another 1/1? Yeah, all right. Yeah, I got that Spyglass Siren. Opponent passes. Well, I think we draw 7 cards. Spirit Water Revival. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Yes, draw 7. Oh, there's some Secrets of Bloodbending. Well, I think I know. The Secrets of Bloodbending are not even that insane because our opponent has nothing going on, but it still feels good. It's still like a time walk, right? Like, we're essentially making them skip a turn. Hit ya all the way down to 43. Our speed has been maximized. Found it. Johnny's Pride Mate. Now we're going to crack some maps. Yeah, crack those maps. What do we got on top? It is Essence Channeler. Well, I imagine our opponent's going to keep that as well. Yeah. Are we... Huh. I mean, we can Bloodbend, but I don't think we need to. I think we'd rather get down the Legend of Kirakir. Sure, we will keep those. I mean, we know what our opponent's drawing. It's an Essence Channeler. We don't really care about that. We have enough stuff that we can chump block if we have to. I think we actually just play the Carrot Cake. I think we play the Carrot Cake just to get more permanence on the battlefield. Let our opponent gain a bit more life and just plan on chump blocking with a bunny here. I mean, we do have like 14 cards in hand. Oh, Spirit Water Revival might actually be kind of good. Like, it takes a lot of work. You do got to do a lot of setup. Opponent, gonna crack the map. Rune Lurker Bat. Are we keeping it? Are we really? We really are. Opponent, gonna get him with a Pride Mate. We will block. Let's untap. We get to Preordain. We do not really need more lands. We have plenty of those. So many Caretaker's talents. Yeah, let's just Secrets of Bloodbending. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Steal your next turn and your soul a little bit. Multiverse of Passage on white, and we're gonna kill this Essence Channeler. Our opponent gets some maps, which we can crack since we're gonna be controlling this turn. Look at this. Loot, grow that bunny. So opponent draws a Rune Lurker Bat. Well, we are gonna be nice and crack these maps for our opponent. See if we can leave him with something not great. Okay, opponent hits a land. Well, crack the map. This is probably what our opponent was going to do anyway. Authority of the Consuls, yeah, I don't actually think we care. Our opponent's gained so much life already, and they already have 1 Authority of the Consuls. I don't think we actually care about another Authority of the Consuls. And that will just tap you out. We will not attack ourselves to death. Untap. Well, let's put the Keurig. Opponent, gonna grow the Pride Mate. Sure. I don't even think, do we need to Bloodbend? I guess we will because it's cool. Let's do it again. I mean, we came here to Bloodbend. We can play the Caretakers. Let's play the Caretaker's Talent first. Make a 1/1. Trigger our opponent's stuff. Gain him life. Grow the Pride Mate. I guess we don't even have to Bloodbend. Let's just wait. Let's just wait and set up. Like, get more card draw going. We don't have enough card draw. I mean, seriously, though, these Caretaker's Talents, yes, they're here to draw cards, but their actual power this game is going to be leveling up to grow our tokens because, yeah, let's just kill the Pride Mate. Might as well. Make a token. We know what our opponent's doing next turn. We know their draws. We know their hand. That's part of the upside. Boom, hit you. Down to 54. That's part of the upside of Mindslavering is you also get perfect information, which has value. There is value to knowing I can do whatever I want this turn, and they can't actually do anything to me. Opponent gets on the Rune Lurker back, gets on another authority. Gonna do some map cracking. But the real power of these Caretaker's talents is leveling up to grow our tokens, because we need to deal a ridiculous amount of damage to actually kill our opponent here. Let's do some blood bending. Tap some stuff. Tap some stuff. Steal your turn. Mindslaver is so brutal. Like, controlling your opponent's turn has to be one of the most brutal effects in all of Magic. Well, Mindslaver number 2. And then I guess we Perilous Snare. Perilous Snare, make a token, gain our opponent 2 life. Get rid of this Ruin Lurker bat. And yeah, run out the novices, but these authority of the consoles with these ley lines are doing an insane amount of work. Like, every creature we play, and every spell we cast makes a creature, our opponent gains 6 life. Yeah, well, all right. I don't even think we need another draw 7. We even have another one left. I'm actually getting afraid we're gonna mill ourselves out here if we just keep drawing 7. And we have double Caretaker's talent. Wow, opponent just passes. Well, let's take an extra turn. Might as well. Do a little water bending here. I mean, this is a full experience. Mindslavering, Avatar Kurik. Tap down a bunch of stuff. Yeah, we're just gonna tap a bunch of creatures. Wow, this is actually like a free extra turn. This is actually literally, we spent 0 mana to take an extra turn. Cosmic Ran, Zenith. Make it to, opponent's gonna be so high in life. Found it. Yeah, gain that life. Authority of the consoles, up to 78. We draw another Cosmic Ran. Another Cosmic Ran. I mean, eventually we're gonna start dealing a lot of damage. And by eventually, I mean, hopefully during our extra turn. At some point, we need to try to actually kill our opponent. Let's start adding counters to stuff. Yeah, opponent, up to 90. Opponent, up to 96. 96. Let's play a Surveil land. Kind of wish we had an untap land. Do not need another Caretaker's talent at the moment. And yeah, I mean, Cosmic Grand. Make a dork. I don't think can we kill them in 1 turn? I don't think we can kill them. I don't think we can deal 100, can we? Well, I mean, step 1, draw 7. Draw 7 real quick here. Just in case we need some more cards. 3 mana, draw 7. Make a token. Draw 2 more from Caretaker's talent. We are down to 18. 18 cards before this draw 7. I guess we shuffle a couple in. But we're actually, like, we have almost drawn our entire deck now with these Spirit Water Revivals. All right, 7 more cards. We do need to cast something else to trigger. Yeah, let's, finally, we probably should have done this hours ago. Let's blow up one of these Authority of the Consoles. Go full on counter mode. Grow the team. We might not be that far off from killing our opponent. If they weren't at 120, like, now we can level up the Caretaker's talent. Copy a token. Yes. 123, we get it. And then level up the Caretaker's talent. Anthem the tokens. All right, how much can we actually deal? Swing with the crew. Opponents at 123, down 2. Dead. 14. All right. We had 109. We had 109, 111, 109. I mean, that was a lot of damage. That was a lot. That's how quick. That is why life gain does not matter that much in Magic. When you hear people say life gain is bad, this is actually the perfect example of why people say life gain is bad. Like, our opponent gained literally over 100 life. And when we did our thing, we took away almost all that life in a single turn. Actually, I'm impressed that our opponent is sticking it out. Life gain players, they really have that persistence gene. Found it. Gonna crack some maps, Leona Vanguard. I mean, this one is over though, right? We just dealt 100 damage last turn. 2 blockers is not going to save you. An opponent gives us the GGs and Haley about one. There was another Mindslaver just for good measure. And okay, well, it turns out when you take 4 turns in a row, you win a lot of the time. This deck's kind of crazy. Just like, it's not actually, it's not that hard It's not that hard to do the waterbending thing. I'm not saying it's like tier 1 or anything, but Spirit Water Revival is kind of bonkers. And we're doing this in standard. Imagine once you get to a format where you can like Pinnacle Emissary shenanigans and Mox Opal shenanigans. The card, oh, so many cards. We'll bring in the, I guess, the Day of Judgments is just kind of a catch-all. I could imagine a world where having a Day of Judgment would be good. Go down with Carrot Cake. Carrot Cake's my go-to. Like, it's good in the deck, but it's also not, like, one of our best cards. So usually when I go to sideboarding, and it's a matter of bringing in, like, a couple of sideboard cards, a lot of times Carrot Cake is the card to go. Right on like that. On to game number 2, we are going to be on the draw in the Flame Mirror. So wait, that last game, did we go, was it Waterbending, or Secrets of Bloodbending, extra turn with Carrot? And then we could have done it again. Ooh, those are some expensive hands. I mean, I guess we keep this one and just put a Secrets of Bloodbending to the bottom. Yeah, this hand is not great, though. Oh, thank you, opponent. You should see my other deck. Let's play Starting Town past the turn. Opponent, land, and that's okay. Opponent's off to a pretty good start this game. Bunny Soul Warden into Essence Channeler hits us down to 19. Oh, Perilous Snare's nice. That is actually a clean answer to the Essence Channeler. Yeah, I think we'll keep it. It's a body. It adds 2 things to it's a ritual when it comes to waterbending. Oh, Enduring Innocence, eh? Well, we're going to take our beats. Oh, this is actually tough. I feel like we have to kill the Essence Channeler, but I really want to kill the Enduring Innocence or Exile. They don't seem like they should be good at sending it to the air, but I think it's too risky. The problem is this lets our opponent keep drawing cards, which is also not good for us. Also, Perilous Snare is one of the clean answers to something like Enduring Innocence. When I get lost, can get rid of the Essence Channeler. Although, I guess it's not that clean. Oh boy, our friend, Authority of the Consoles returns. At least there's not double ley line. Those ley lines gain so much life and it didn't matter. Found it. Draws cards. Gains life. Leota Vanguard. And gains more life up to 24. Getting in. I think block the Enduring Innocence. This at least shuts off one pathway of life gain, having a lifelink around the battlefield. Doesn't stop the card draw. Although it does mean a Get Lost can actually get rid of it. Oh, there's a Get Lost. Well, let's play Novice Inspector. We get a clue. Play the Verge. Let's see what our opponent does. We might end up killing the Enduring Innocence. We'll see what they play. It would be nice if we could shut off the card draw. Ruin Lurker Bat. Do we kill the Innocence or do we hold this for a big Johnny's Pride Mate or something? We're gonna let it go. I'm very torn on how we're supposed to play this. Yeah, we're gonna let it go. Not confident that was the correct choice. Hinterland Sanctifier. Because if we leave it, then it increases our odds of drawing into the big Pride Mate or Essence Channeler that we don't have an answer for. But if we save it and they do draw one, then we have an answer for it. Opponent getting in with everything hits us down to 10. All right, we could use a good draw. I mean, we can sack this Carrot Cake. This game we just haven't had any card draw. Damn, well, we'll keep Day of Judgment. That is a nice little get out of jail free card, which does make me wish that we had just killed the Enduring Innocence. If I had known we were going to top deck Day of Judgment, definitely would have killed Enduring Innocence last turn. There's the Pride Mate. Okay, now we're going to get rid of this. This actually works out pretty well. Get rid of Enduring Innocence. Shut off the card draw. Opponent gets the Pride Mate. It's going to get huge. Blah, blah, blah. Yes, yes, yes. But we have the Day of Judgment to hopefully just win. Like, I feel like that puts us far ahead, right? If we wrath here, well, let's see what they got on top. I'm going to crack a map. Sheltered by Goose. Okay. Gains a life. Grows the Pride Mate. They only have 3 lands even. Opponent getting in. Let's double block. I think we're going to wrath. There might be things we could draw that change that, though, because we could chump block for another turn. It's actually probably better if we wait and try to get the Sheltered by Ghosts out of their hand, too. Yeah, let's crack the clue. Multiversal Passage. All right, opponent gets to descend. I'm sure they're going to leave that on top. Yeah. We find Secrets of Bloodbending. Do we do this? Yeah, let's Secrets of Bloodbending. Just to control combat, not to control it. Just a little blood bending. Pass the turn. We really want the shelter, but we want our opponent to play the Sheltered by Ghost to get rid of the Perilous Snare. And then we can Day of Judgment, get the board, get the Sheltered by Ghost, and get back our Perilous Snare to probably get rid of the Authority of the Console. So that's the dream. Worst case, we go to combat, we don't attack, and we tap them out, I guess, and that's that. So they do have to do it pre-combat if they're going to do it this turn. I think the 4-mana mode on Bloodbending, I mean, it is like a 4-mana fog with upside. All right, there's a Shelter by Ghost. Okay, things are coming together. Opponent gets back to Essence Channeler for now. Gets a bunch of triggers, sure. Would be a big scary board if it could attack. It would be a shame if you were bloodbended. You want to attack, but your body won't let you. It won't let you. Opponent Seam Rip and another Enduring Innocence. Well, yeah, I guess there's nothing we can really do other than not attack ourselves. Play the Starting Town, and yeah, I mean, Day of Judgment, blow them up. Actually, I don't know. I don't know if we're winning or not. Now that our opponent has an Enduring Innocence, I feel like we should be favored, but our opponent has card draw and we don't. Multiversal Passage. All right, not exactly it. Land on blue, go. I mean, we're up to 8 lands. That is a lot. All right, another Enduring Innocence. Bout it. I'm going to draw them some cards. And upping their storm count a bit with the Seam Rip. Gets and hits us down to 5. So there's a chance we die. If they have some sort of Anthem effect, like that ley line, we do just die here. We're going to risk it, though, and go to 1. The longer we wait on the Bloodbending, the more value we get out of the Bloodbending. Overlord. All right. Yeah, well, the theory about us being able to rebuild better after the Wrath, that fell apart pretty quickly with these 2 Enduring Innocences. And we just keep drawing lands that don't do anything, which is unfortunate. Opponent, uninbound. Oh my god, another land. Okay. Well, all right, that's a Day of Judgment. Okay. We're staying alive. We're staying alive. So now we can Bloodbend. Bloodbend to control your combat. It is nicer when you control the whole turn, that's for sure. We need to improve. We need a Bloodbending lesson from that old witch woman. Hand is not scary. Would you like to cast a Seam Rip for no reason? Come on. Tradition? No. Opponent passes. Well, we gotta do it, right? So we Day of Judgment. Blow up your board again. At this point, we can just use mana to cast a Spirit Water Revival. We have enough lands. We've flooded hard enough. We don't even need to do any water bending. Opponent land. All right, no creature is big. Get lost. Okay. We'd rather be drawing 7, but that's not a bad card. Once I find a creature that triggers their Enduring Innocences, then this gets worse. Because now our opponent gets to draw 2. We can kill 1, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, we're just getting outdrawn this game, which is awkward because the whole point of our deck is to cast 3-mana draw 7s, but we're getting outdrawn by mono white life gain. We have just run such a weird draw for our deck. Lots of lands, lots of bloodbending, no card draw. Seam Rip. Oh, so we kill this. Halia's gonna warp. I guess this is actually better that we let it resolve, because we don't really care about the Authority of the Consoles now. This is actually kind of great for us, because now we can kill the Leon and I don't know why they cast that. What is... Our opponent just, they got the... You ever know someone who, like, they just can't stop spending money? Like, they get their paycheck and just immediately, like, by the end of the weekend, it's gone. Like, it's just burning a hole through their pockets. That's how our opponent plays Magic. If they draw a card, they just have to cast it. They just gotta, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how good that card is. They just gotta get it down. This works out great, though, because now we get to blow up the thing with the Sheltered by Ghost and get rid of the Overlord. And now we get some card draw. Novice Inspector. Okay, if we win this game, if we piece this back together from 46 to 1, the life total is a big deal just because we're so low we can't afford to take a single attack from anything. Thankfully, Halia is too big to trigger the Enduring Innocences. Well, though, Leon and Vanguard is not. All right, sure. Opponent presenting lethal threats. And another Overlord. Yeah. Turns out that whoever draws the most cards, usually favored when the game goes long. And opponent Vanguard up to 51, and well, we got a we would like to keep the clues around to try to waterbend, but we need to find, oh no, more lands. Oh, come on, come on. Oh my god, even more lands. Well, all right, we're not dead yet. We're not dead yet, because we can bend their blood, so they can't attack us. And look at this. Boom. Agadia. Tap down that Novice Inspector. Only 11 more counters to go, and then we can copy this Perilous Snare. Opponent, land. And what are we doing, opponent? What are we doing over there? Get a map. On one of the flyers. I mean, basically, we got to find a Wrath somehow, and I think we've already used... We need to, like, find a Spirit Water Revival, shuffle things back in, find a Wrath. I don't think we have enough mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13... Actually, we have exactly enough that if we drew Spirit Water Revival, we could draw 7, shuffle into the Wrath, and cast it. Or it's a Cosmic Grand Zenith. All right. The life gain deck we just did not draw cards that game. We just did not hit any velocity. We found all the defense, all the sweepers. We just never got a Spirit Water Revival or anything to actually progress our game plan. Run it back. All right, on to game number 3. We're going to be on the play, which is good news. Oh, do we keep this? We're going to keep it. We got both of our bending cards. We know we're up against life gain, so hopefully we're not under like a ridiculous amount of early pressure. Now we just want things that add permanence to the battlefield. All right, 4-mana Saga. Like, that is a thing that adds permanence to the battlefield eventually. Carrot Cake actually is kind of fine here. Please no, a Johnny's Pride Mate. Johnny's Pride Mate. Opponent gets in hits, it's gain a life, grows the Pride Mate. Well, let's play the Carrot Cake. The least delicious. Well, okay. All right, you're kind of delicious, Carrot Cake. If you find us a Day of Judgment, I take back my criticism of you being a C-tier cake. I'll move you up to B-, opponent, enduring innocence. Are we wrathing this turn? We're gonna take it. We're gonna go to 15. I think we're probably gonna wait another turn and try to get this Saga down first. The upside of this long term is just so huge. Legend of Keurig. How do we want to do this? So we want the Cosmic Grand for after the Wrath. I think we'll take the land too, actually. Take both of them. Pass the turn. Ooh, another Pride Mate. Now we can definitely jump something. And then we can Day of Judgment to clean all this up. Next turn's definitely the Wrath turn, because we want a Wrath before our before our Flaga flips. Before our Saga flips. Authority of the Console shouldn't even be good against our deck. It's not even good against our deck. It's just so annoying. It's just so obnoxious. It's not even good. It just annoys me. Opponent getting in with everything. Well, we will block the biggest of your creatures. So Johnny's Pride Mate. We will take 3 down to 12. And now we will untap and wrath away a whole bunch of creatures. Man, the top of our deck's been kind of all gas. We'll keep the Caretaker's Talent and the Cosmic Grand. Well, step 1, blow up this board. Let's slow things down a little bit, opponent, and then play on the island past the turn. I mean, Cosmic Grand's just, it adds so many permanents to the battle. Ooh, that's a good one. Overlord of the Mistmoors. Okay, that makes things a little scary. Cosmic Grand's really good at adding bodies to the battlefield, but they do not fly. Well, we get to flip the Keurig. It is a little bit tapped, thanks to Authority. Hooray. Well, play Cosmic Grand. Make a 1/1. I mean, I think this should get us to doing our waterbending stuff next turn. Opponent gains some more life. Play the land. I wonder if they sideboarded out those ley lines. The ley lines that gained so much life but did so little in game 1. Well, play another Cosmic Grand. Make some tokens. Opponent up to 32. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Looks like 14 to me. So we can actually Mindslaver next turn. I don't know if we will, though. Leon and Vanguard. I don't know if we will. It might be better to draw 7 first. And another Authority of the Consoles. And there's a Sheltered by Ghost. Gonna go after... Oh, the Keurig. Interesting. I thought maybe they'd go after Cosmic Grand, but I guess Keurig also has a lot of value. Opponent hits us down to 7. We find a Multiversal Passage. So they have 5 power of flyers. 1, 2, 3. I think we just got to draw 7. 1, 2, 3. Actually, hang on. Probably don't want to tap all the Cosmogrands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So shuffle it in, draw 7. And all right, well, now we can still just do the combat bloodbending here. Secrets of bloodbending, just to make sure we don't die. Do we make tokens? Yeah, we're gonna make tokens this turn and make tokens. Next turn, we probably start pumping. This does gain our opponent even more life. So we don't take any damage this turn. Because we do some bloodbending for combat. We have 1 remove. That was not the best draw 7, actually. That was kind of a mid draw. Oh, okay, they did not sideboard out the ley lines. There's the ley line. Well, that means those flyers are straight up lethal. We will tap you out past the turn. Multiversal Passage. So we have to not die. I mean, we can obviously bloodbend again. Does actual full-on Mindslaver bloodbend even matter here? It's so funny because some situations, it actually is kind of fine just to cast it 4-mana mode. Let's get on the Caretaker's talent first. We do want to trigger the Cosmogrands. And then, yeah, I think this is one of those scenarios where, like, I'm not sure what stealing our opponent's turn really does when it means tapping down our entire team compared to just casting it for 4 mana, growing our dorks, using it like a fog so we don't take any damage. And now we get to smack our opponent for a bunch. Yeah, we'll keep the Siren. That's a flying Bacher. And then we'll just swing it with everything. Like, we'll swing in with the whole crew. This should hopefully at least get our opponent outside of leyline range, which then will shrink the creatures and make them less of a threat. We kind of want to win before Overlord starts making more tokens. That's kind of our time frame, I think. Wow, opponent's gonna double block. Interesting. I mean, getting rid of a Cosmogrand does make sense. That card is kind of busted. I mean, you see just how quickly we go from having a bunch of random 1/1s to actually dealing a lot of damage. Found it. Down to 16. 1 flyer remaining. Gonna play a land. I mean, you might as well run it out. Enduring Innocence. Sure. Draws a card. No, we will not attack ourselves. We're not, well, yeah, I guess we'll tap you out. It doesn't really matter, but we'll do it because it's correct. Found it. Gets the Overlord. Do we win here? Play Cosmogrand. Opponent gains life. These authorities, the life gain. I think we win here. I'm pretty sure we win here. I haven't actually bothered to count, but we can play the land. Do we need to play untapped? No, we can play it tapped. Because we're going to Perilous Snare, get rid of the... Well, put counters on everything. Get rid of the lifelink insect. Get back our Saga. I'm pretty sure we just win by attacking here. I haven't actually mathed it out, but we have a lot of creatures. Like, it's gotta be. Yeah, we'll keep a bloodbending for next turn, if there is a next turn. And here comes the dorks, and that was a wild match. My goodness, did our opponent gain a lot of life? Did they gain a lot of life? But in the end, it turns out there's not any more powerful bending than bloodbending. Yeah. Mindslaver in Standard, and it's actually kind of good, but we talk about that in the wrap-up. We got him, and I'll be right back. So what did we learn this week about the secrets of bloodbending in Standard? And record-wise, we finished 5-4 with the deck for a 54% win percentage or something like that. So pretty reasonable, right? I will say record-wise, the deck's a bit matchup dependent. It is very powerful, and as we saw in the video, it can do crazy things, but it is kind of challenging to play against control in specific. It's really decks that have sweepers that can just clean up our board. Those can be kind of tricky, especially if they have sweepers like Pinnacle's Dark Age. They get rid of all of our artifact tokens too, because if you keep permanents off of our battlefield, then our big payoffs, our waterbending cards, become much, much worse. Like if you're just casting Spirit Water Revival to draw 2 cards, it's a worse divination. If you're just casting Secrets of Bloodbending to fog, it's like a 4-mana fog with like some upside against sack decks, which is funny if you play a sack deck and can sack your opponent's board, but still, it's like not great for 4 mana. So if you can keep our permanents off the board, things become a little bit more challenging for the deck. The good news is, as we saw in our games, when we do get a chance to build up a board, this deck goes wild. Like, we got to see the power of waterbending, and really I came away from this feeling like waterbending is actually super strong. Like, yes, it's not going to go in every deck. Yes, you got to build around it a little bit. But if you look at the cards that we build around it with, Novice Inspector, Spyglass Siren, Cosmic Grand Zenith, Carrot Cake, Caretaker's Talent, those are all good cards. It's not like we're playing a bunch of like draft chaff that you would never put in a standard deck. So it works with cards that are already good. And we got to see Spirit Water Revival be almost unbeatable. Just like drawing 7 cards for 3 mana probably finds us another Spirit Water Revival so we can draw 7 cards again for 3 mana. And at that point, we have 14 cards in hand or whatever. And it's just like so hard to lose from there. We got to see Secret of Bloodbending be actually a great finisher for the deck. We chain together Secret of Bloodbending 2-3 times in a row, control all of our opponent's turns. Against Sacrifice, we got to sack our opponent's entire board to their own Umbral Collar Zealot. And the thing that really surprised me about Secret of Bloodbending is how effective the 4 mana mode was. So it's not good in all situations, but because our deck is so much about building this big snowbally board and taking time to get things set up, there are definitely a lot of times where 4 mana Secrets of Bloodbending, while also being able to like play a Novice Inspector to trigger a Caretaker's Talent, draw another card, or maybe trigger a Cosmic Grand Zenith to make some tokens, is actually a really powerful line. Because one of the weird things about playing a Mindslaver effect in Standard is in some situations, in some matchups, the 4 mana mode isn't that much different than the 14 mana mode. Like in the late game, when our opponent has 0 cards in hand and they have nothing on the battlefield like a sack outlet or anything or activated abilities, controlling their whole turn isn't like super meaningfully different than just controlling them during combat and choosing them not to attack us and tapping them out so they can't counter us during their turn. So the 4 mana mode was better than I thought in some matchups. The final card with Waterbending is the one that surprised me most. The Legend of Keurig is a card that I didn't actually put in the deck to start with. This was one of the late additions to the deck, and the deck got way better once I added it. The downside is it is slow to get going, right? It's a 4-mana enchantment that just preordains when it enters. It's got a little bit of the Panharmonicon problem where you're kind of like taking a turn off almost to get it on the battlefield. But the upside of the card is really, really, really high because you get this creature that triggers to create a token whenever you cast anything. Normally, when you play a card like that, you spend your mana for that, you tap out for it, and that gives your opponent a window to kill it before it generates value. But because this is flipping from a saga, we'll have all of our mana up when we flip into Avatar Keurig, which means we can either protect it with counter spells after sideboarding, or at least we have all of our mana open to cast a bunch of spells that turn and make a bunch of tokens. So even if our opponent does kill it, we're probably going to get value out of it. And the ability to make those tokens, to up our creature count, to tap more things for Waterbending, Spirit Water Revival, and Secret of Bloodbending, and even to Avatar Keurig itself to take extra turns, which came up way more often than I thought. Like, it's pretty realistic for this deck to get up to 20 things on the battlefield. At one point, we actually took a literal free extra turn, tapped 20 permanents, no mana necessary. So Legend of Keurig was way better than I thought. And all around, the deck felt pretty solid. Like, Cosmic Grand Zenith, kind of a busted card. We know Caretaker Talent can draw a lot of cards. So I thought this deck was really fun. If you want to control your opponent's mind and bend their blood, apparently, I think this is a really sweet option. Plus, Spirit Water Revival, the card kind of lives up to the hype. And it is actually super insane. When you pull it off and get that 3 mana draw 7, it is one of the best feelings. So anyway, that's the Secrets of Bloodbending. That is Waterbending. The mechanic, actually pretty good. That's been our Gets Odds for today. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon.